You think you know yourself. You think you're in control of your thoughts, your actions, your desires. But there's a powerful force inside you that you've never faced, a hidden engine that drives the way you move, the way you speak, the way you love, and the way you hold back. This force is your sexual shadow, the part of you you deny, the part you fear, the part you've been taught to ignore. And yet, it shapes your life every single day. Listen closely. This isn't a lecture. It's not a moral sermon. It's a call to courage. It's a direct challenge to step into the darkness you've been running from. Because every moment you avoid your shadow, it grows stronger, more cunning, more destructive. But when you face it, you unlock a power no one can take from you. Imagine waking up each morning feeling whole, not just physically awake, but fully alive in your skin, your mind, your heart. You felt pleasure, sure. You've had moments of passion or excitement. But have you ever truly surrendered? Have you ever let desire flow through you unguarded, without that inner censor whispering, stop, shame, control? You've learned to censor yourself. You've been taught that some impulses are dirty, immoral, dangerous. Maybe your religious upbringing warned you. Maybe your parents' hushed conversations taught you guilt. Maybe society's flashy images sold you pleasure as a product, but left you empty inside. All these voices merged into one powerful command. Hide that part of yourself. Control it. Deny it. So you obeyed. You built a persona. You perfected your image. You smiled when you wanted to scream. You hugged when you wanted to flee. You spoke when you wanted to listen. And yet, beneath that composed surface, something was screaming for release. That scream is your sexual shadow. It's the sum of every desire you've repressed, every fear you've swallowed, every fantasy you've locked away. That scream is not just about sex. It's about authenticity. It's about the right to feel, to touch, to embrace the full spectrum of your humanity. When you deny your sexual shadow, you deny your own life force. Here's the uncomfortable truth. What you deny dominates you. What you integrate frees you. Pause for a moment. Feel your breath. Let that truth settle in your bones. The longer you hide in the shadows, the more your shadow puppeteers your life. It decides how you relate to others. It shapes your relationships. It engineers your obsessions and addictions. It whispers lies that you internalize. Lies that tell you you're not worthy, not whole, not enough. Ask yourself, have you ever loved someone and held back? Felt the thrill of closeness and then pulled away for no clear reason? Felt desire and immediately felt guilt? Crushed a fantasy before it could bloom? If the answer is yes, you've already met your shadow. You've already felt its power. This shadow doesn't want to destroy you. It wants your attention. It wants your respect. It wants to be heard and seen. When you finally turn toward it with curiosity instead of fear, something astonishing happens. Integration. You don't become chaotic or out of control. You become more in control. Your true control, rooted in awareness, not denial. Feel the weight of that idea. Integration means embracing your impulses as data, not commands. You observe your desire. You listen to its message. You honor its existence. And in that moment, the urge to escape, to numb, to punish yourself, those urges lose their sway. You become the observer, the alchemist, the conscious center that transforms shadow into light. You might ask, but isn't that dangerous? Won't I lose my grip? True power emerges when you stop pretending, when you stop polishing the mirror and start scrubbing away the cracks, when you allow the fire inside you to burn, not to destroy, but to transform. This is not about wild abandon. It's about fearless honesty. Think about how you judge others. Have you ever been shocked by someone else's openness about desire? Felt that knot in your stomach when someone discussed sex with authenticity? That reaction is your shadow knocking, your repressed self pointing to your blind spot. Watch how society projects its shadow onto perversion, immorality, sin. These judgments are mirrors, reflecting what we refuse to see in ourselves. This is Jungian projection in action. Culture tells you to consume desire, endless images, endless content, endless stimuli. But the culture doesn't teach you how to feel desire. It doesn't teach you how to inhabit your body, to let desire be a creative force, not a burden. You're given quantity, but not quality. You're starved emotionally. You've seen it all, yet felt nothing. Stop chasing external fixes. No number of partners, no gallery of conquests, no performance tricks will fill the void. The depth you crave lives inside you. It's calling your name every time you feel longing, every time you blush, every time you avert your gaze. That longing is not your enemy. It's your guide. If you're finding this message striking a chord, hit that subscribe button now. Join this journey of raw self-discovery. Be part of a community that dares to face its own shadows together. Repression is a tool of control used by religions, by societies, by power structures. When your sexuality is repressed, your life force is repressed. You become easier to manipulate, more willing to settle for false comforts. But when your sexual shadow is integrated, you become uncontrollable. You don't live to please, you live to be yourself. This journey is political, it's a rebellion, it's a revolution of the self. By claiming your desire, you reclaim your power. You reclaim your right to joy, to surrender, to pleasure, and not just physical pleasure, but the pleasure of being alive. You will face fear, you will face pain. Old wounds will surface, memories of shame, of forced silence, of boundaries crossed. These are the firewood of your transformation. The sting you feel is the breaking open of armor. It hurts because you've forgotten how to trust your own sensations. You've forgotten that feeling is not weakness. Feeling is strength. Surrender. That's the word no one teaches you. Surrender, not as defeat, but as an act of trust in yourself, in your body, in life. Surrender with awareness, without letting desire become tyranny. When you surrender, you discover a deeper current of power, a serene, magnetic force anchored in self-knowledge. Imagine walking through the world with that power. Your voice doesn't need to shout, your presence doesn't need to perform. You speak from a deep, almost animal place, a place of unspoken confidence. You move with authenticity. People sense it, they respect it, they feel it. You no longer beg for validation, you embody it. Consider the paradox. The same desire you judge in others is the desire that lives inside you. The fantasies you label taboo are the fantasies that hold keys to your wholeness. The boundaries you set rigidly are the defenses that keep you fragmented. The lies you tell yourself about what you want are the shadows you refuse to claim. Dare to ask the question, am I willing to look at my shadow? This is where the real work begins. There are no formulas, no guides, no quick fixes. There is only your willingness to enter the darkness and stay present, to feel the fear, the guilt, the shame, and to see beyond them to the raw truth beneath. Everything you deny will scream to be heard. It will wreck your relationships, your creativity, your energy. It will pop up as apathy in the morning, as rage you can't explain. As a void, no pleasure can fill. These are the warnings. This is the whisper before the scream. But here's the gift. You are still in time. It's not too late. You don't need permission. No therapist, no partner, no guru can do this for you. You must sit in the brutal intimacy of your solitude. You must listen to the voice that has been silenced for too long. You must trace the fire of your desire back to its source and let it burn away the lies. This is your declaration. I will no longer hide. I will no longer live half alive. Write it, shout it, feel it in your bones. Because once you walk this path, you cannot go back. You will never be satisfied with half measures again. You will never settle for less than the blazing truth of your own being. Your sexual shadow is not a prison, it's a door, a threshold to your most radical authenticity. Step through it. Let the darkness transform into light. Let the fire reshape you. And when you emerge, you won't just know freedom, you will be freedom. Now, before we close, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below with a quote that moves you, or share a moment when you faced your own darkness and found a spark of light. Let's inspire each other. Subscribe if you haven't yet, because this journey is just beginning and we rise together. Remember, your fire, your truth, your shadow, it's all yours. Ignite it, own it, and let it burn brighter than any fear.